on the African savannah. There are moments when a single glance is enough to ignite a massacre. When hyenas and lions collide, it is no longer about hunting. It becomes a life and death confrontation between two dominant forces. Roars echo, packs close in, and the line between hunter and hunted grows razor thin. Every step forward can lead to injury or death, and no one retreats without paying a price. Prepare yourself, because right now, you are about to witness the most terrifying encounters between hyenas and lions. Begin now. The lion presses low against the ground. Every movement is calculated, because in nature, the most successful predator is often the one who waits the longest. A young hyena unknowingly steps into the danger zone. It has no idea that eyes are locking onto every movement it makes. The lion bursts forward like an arrow. The attack happens too fast for the hyena to react. More than 70% of successful lion hunts come from ambushes launched at distances under 30 meters. The survival lesson here is clear in the wild. Awareness is just as important as speed. A clan of hyenas slowly surrounds the prey the lion is feeding on. Laughter echoes non-stop, probing the opponent's reaction. The lion stands still, neither fleeing nor charging. In nature, holding your ground is sometimes the best strategy, because the one who rushes is often the first to pay the price. The hyenas advance, then hesitate. Most hyena kleptoparasitic attempts rely on psychological intimidation rather than direct combat, especially when facing an adult male lion. After a while of useless noise, the hyenas retreat. The survival lesson is obvious. Knowing your limits is the key to long-term survival on the savannah. Hyenas appear from multiple directions, their calls ringing out constantly to apply psychological pressure. The lion positions itself in front of the prey, then suddenly charges in a counterattack. However, the harassment does not stop. The hyenas do not attack directly. They maintain a safe distance and apply pressure over a much longer period than many predators. Eventually, the lion walks away. The survival lesson is clear. Sometimes retreating is the wisest choice to preserve survival for future hunts. The hyenas are so focused on the carcass that they fail to notice the danger approaching from behind. The lion charges. The sheer force of its massive body and its roar sends the hyenas into panic, scattering in all directions. Without prolonged fighting, the lion quickly takes control of the prey. The lion begins to eat, while the hyenas stand at a distance watching. Hyenas rarely risk their lives when the opponent holds absolute advantage. Sometimes, survival means knowing when to retreat. After leaving the contested area, The lion crosses a river and unexpectedly encounters another clan of hyenas. Recognizing a stranger entering their territory, they quickly spread out to surround it, constantly moving to confuse the opponent. In encirclement situations, lions often keep their backs toward obstacles like water or riverbanks to limit the angles of attack. The lion launches a fierce counterattack. Powerful forward charges break the hyena formation, forcing the entire clan to flee. Faced with such direct strength, numerical advantage collapses quickly, having just driven away its enemies. The lion lies down to rest. Another clan of hyenas appears, silently surrounding it from multiple directions. They do not rush to attack, instead constantly moving and forcing the lion to stand. The lion struggles to maintain a defensive posture, but its counterattacks are no longer as powerful as before. Even so, the hyenas hesitate, understanding that a single mistake could cost them their lives. Eventually, relentless pressure forces the lion to leave. In nature, victory is not only about strength, but about exploiting the exact moment when an opponent is weakest. The lion is surrounded by aggressive hyenas, repeated charges coming from multiple directions, roars echo. Dust fills the air as the confrontation reaches its most dangerous phase. Amid the chaos, one hyena is seriously injured and forced out of the formation. That moment does not escape the lion's notice. Recognizing the weakness, the lion immediately counterattacks. It charges straight through the opening, breaking the coordination of the entire clan. When a hyena hunting formation is split apart, they lose the ability to support one another and quickly fall into panic. The formation collapses, and the hyenas are forced to retreat, unable to save their injured member. They can only watch from a distance as the situation completely reverses. The lion is feeding when a numerically superior clan of hyenas surrounds it, not attacking immediately, but applying constant pressure through noise and sheer presence. The lion understands the situation. Facing too many enemies alone means risking injury. And in nature, injury often marks the end for a predator. It stands up and backs away step by step, leaving the prey behind, showing that knowing when to retreat is just as important as knowing when to attack. On the savannah, long-term survivors are not always the strongest, but those who know how to preserve themselves for the next hunt. After stealing the prey, the hyenas quickly begin feeding in chaos. They believe the lion has given up and will not return. But from afar, familiar silhouettes appear. The lion has returned with its pride. Under sudden pressure, one hyena panics, breaks from the group, and runs. The lions immediately burst forward in pursuit. Lions are highly effective at coordinated group action when reclaiming food, especially against large groups of scavengers. During the chase, several hyenas are caught, and the formation completely collapses. However, the lions do not kill. They reclaim the prey and then retreat. The pride of lions is feeding when familiar sounds echo from the distance. Hyenas return with the intent to steal, but this time they face an entire pride holding the area. They stop at the edge of the safety boundary, shouting and probing, but none dare approach. The imbalance of force makes every calculation too risky. The lions do not pursue relentlessly. They take turns charging to push the hyenas back, maintaining just enough distance before returning to feed. In nature, risk control is more important than aggression. Collective strength is used not only to attack, but also to protect and maintain stability for the pride. A lone lion accidentally ventures deep into hyena territory, almost immediately. Calls erupt from all directions as the hyenas quickly surround it to gain numerical advantage. Without retreating, the lion suddenly charges straight at a juvenile on the edge of the formation. The direct attack breaks the encirclement, forcing the hyenas to scatter to protect their member. An adult male lion can weigh around 180-220 kilograms, a mass that generates enormous impact force in direct charges, enough to shatter the formation of smaller predators. The hyenas' counterattacks quickly fail. The lion brings down the prey and leaves, leaving behind a heavy silence, a clear warning etched into the savannah. A lone hyena crosses through an area where a pride of lions is resting. Large bodies rise, eyes locking onto the target. The first chase unfolds chaotically. The hyena twists, changes direction repeatedly, and narrowly escapes the encirclement. On the savannah, a single moment of hesitation can create a chance to survive. But this time, the lions do not repeat the mistake. They tighten their formation, block escape routes, and force the prey into the open. With nowhere left to run, the hyena is taken down. The survival lesson is clear: straying from the pack means losing the only layer of protection. In nature, isolation is always the greatest risk. A brown hyena quietly searches for a place to rest as night falls, unaware that it has entered the control zone of an apex predator. The lion lies pressed flat against the ground, completely motionless. The distance closes. The lion bursts forward like an arrow, charging straight at the target. Lions can accelerate extremely fast over short distances, reaching over 60-odd km/h within seconds, enough to take down prey before it can react. The attack ends swiftly on the savannah. Even a single moment of carelessness can cost a life. What you have just seen shows that on the savannah, strength does not always decide everything. Numbers, strategy, and risk-taking can overturn the situation in an instant. If these confrontations kept you from looking away, hit like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel to continue following the most brutal moments of the wild. Thank you for watching. See you again on the next journey.